So we do have all the links to what I'm going to be working on today in the description of the live. And another one, here's another set that I didn't tell you about that I'm going to be using right now, is the Made with Love set. Now the link for this is also in the description of the live. And the other little one is our Stir It, Roll It, Whip It set. Okay, it's got these 3 fun stencils, and then there's the Whip It one. So let us know in the comments if you are new to stenciling. If you have any hesitations stenciling, this is the live for you, because I'm going to show you how to create a fun sign using this cardboard backing from the stencil postage pack that it came in. I simply just cut that up. So you can use this for your examples on how to create things. So just going to pop you down here to have a little look. Yes, welcome to all of you who are just making the lives here for the first time. We have got Essential Stencil brushes to be used today. They come in a set of 4. Now don't forget, you can use my code IRestoreStuff and get 10% off anything in the Essential Stencil store, including everything that we've demonstrating with on the live today, or the brushes and the stencils, for example. So we've got Heart of the Home here. What I plan on doing is using the M and the heart to create the word mum up the top. Now we in Australia, we have M-U-M. That's, we say mum. You guys say mom with M-O-M. But isn't that fun how the heart could be a U and it could also represent an O. So I like that. It brings us Aussies and us US and the US people together right there. Okay, so we're going to make a mum up the top here. So I'm leaving a bit of space, but also I'm going to put a little something in the middle. So I'm do a fun color. What could we do, guys? If you have your, say you had a really fun dark color in your kitchen, like this pressed fern green. It's a popular color right now. I'm just using Fusion mineral paint. I just sell a range of mineral paints here in Australia, so I just use what's on hand to do my stenciling, but you can use any acrylic water-based paint. Water-based is great. Yes, Kimberly, see, it does work for mom or mum. Mom or mum. Okay, so I'm going to choose sort of a medium-sized brush. This is the 3/4 inch stencil brush. They have lovely soft bristles, natural bristles. Well, they feel like they're natural bristles. I can kind of tell. I paint a lot of furniture with synthetic bristles, and they're just a different feel. So I've shaken up my paint. You could tape it down if you wanted to. Now remember, the purpose of this one is to just space out. So say you've got your signboard, you can cut a piece of cardboard to the same size as the sign you're wanting to use it on, and you can tape it down. Let's do that just for experience sake, because we want to be showing you how and demoing how you can do this kind of thing. Oh, someone said they're a mum. So there are there's also probably grandmas here watching today. If you're a grandma, do you get double the Mother's Day? All right, so I'm just offloading. Oh, you can't see that in the shot. I'm just offloading the brush onto my cardboard here to take off as much paint as I can. So you can see the bristles there. They look fairly dry. But what we're going to do is just do a swirling method, because we can do that now that half of the paint is all on, offloaded. Now it's actually getting more and more faint, and I can hardly see any paint left now. So see where I started, and now it's getting lighter and lighter. So that's where we know we want to load the brush up again, and just dumping some off onto the side of the jar so we don't waste all of it onto the cardboard. Now I know that I can leave a little bit more on the brush. So that's how we don't get, and because I think what it is it's soaking up more in the cardboard. So I'm going to have to just use a bit more brush. This cardboard is a little bit different to a painted finish or a painted surface that you might be working on. So we've got our love, our heart, and obviously this, if you are just practicing on a piece of cardstock, you don't have to have it perfect. you're just kind of getting your layering or your ideas mapped out. Sometimes they've even done this just using a pen and just literally just traced the stencil. But it may be that you need to still practice your stenciling technique. So get a piece of cardstock and practice, practice, practice until you've got just the right amount on the brush, because you don't want too much. You don't want too little on your brush, because then you have to dip back and forth, but it is so much easier to dip more on than it is to try and take off, because it does bleed through under the stencil if you have too much on your brush, and you will get fuzzy edges that create, well, not a less than desirable look, let's just say that. I could do these different colors, yes, we could do that. Let's do Mom a different color. It is a gorgeous green. It's a Pressed Fern by Fusion Mineral Paint. And if you want the link to some Fusion paint, you can find the retailer in your area by going to their website, or I can give you my Amazon link for the Fusion paint. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got Heart of the Home. Now I want to use the words Mum, and I need to probably wipe that green off if I'm going to do it a different colour. So if I do want to do something a different colour, so see how we've got some nice crisp edges there. The colour doesn't show so much on the cardboard, but I mean on the video it looks a little bit darker, like it's not green. So I've got my brush here. If I'm going to use that green again, I want to just pop it inside a wet cloth so that it doesn't dry out, so that you can use it again later. Always do this off your project, okay? So I've just got the stencil set aside over here to try and offload wipe off where I'm going to be painting again. Because what happens is that that paint that you're wiping off goes underneath, and so you sort of need to wipe your area, your space that you're working on, and wipe the back again. So now that I've got that fairly dry, and that paint dries out so quickly, I'm just going to get the cloth to wipe that off. All right, so now we have to figure out, because we've got 3 letters in the word Mum, but we've only got these 2 to deal with, we've got to figure out a roughly, oh, that's something in my eye, roughly where that's going to land. And I think it's going to be perfect if I line this up here. Let's see, because the M is wider than the H. That's right, I was going to put it up here. So we've got M and then the O here. Let me just kind of line that up. Now you could get your ruler and get all particular, but I think we're good. In fact, what I might do, here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put the M, now I'm moving this further up the top because I'm going to pop something just down here. Okay, so we've got the M here, because there's 3 letters, we want to center things. So I'm going to use the M first, then I'm going to put the M over here, and then I'll find the center for that heart in the middle. All right, so using our, let's go with this brush here. Colour for Mum. Let's do this gorgeous pink. This is Pepperberry. It's another, just a pink that, yeah, totally. I'm seeing other people would totally picked a different colour than the green, because you're not a green kind of colour person. That's totally okay. I just thought, no one wants to see Sharon's black on. I'm always doing black and white colours. So decided to do something different today. So we'll do pink and green. Why not? Trisha's like, how was your day today? Thank you so much, Trisha. Thanks for asking. I assume you're asking me. There's so many comments going on in the comments. I can't keep up with you all. The day is rainy here in Australia, in Queensland, but it's a lovely Thursday morning. It's Speaking of Thursday, did anyone see the sneak peek of the summer collection of the stencils coming out this week? Thursday night, they will be available on the app. I did get that right, didn't I? On the app. They will be available to pre-order, and then on Friday they'll be available for purchasing on the website. Okay, once again, I'm dipping this. So we've got the summer collection will have coastal, and then there will also be, what was there, coastal, and I think patriotic for summer. There we go. Okay, so I'm offloading. It's a real musky kind of a pink. Offloading the brush, but again, I want to, now I should tape this, very important. Because this heart is so close to the mum, and I don't want to do that just yet, I want to center this whole thing. I feel like I need to just tape that down. Just taping the edge of the M right here. You see that? Oops, now it's just gone a bit crooked. There we go, centering that. And I think I should be right with that E. I don't think I'm going to, oh, you know what? This pink is not going to show up on that cardboard. I'm going to have to go over this with white. Should have done a white shadow, shouldn't I? I'll make it a pink shadow. That's definitely not going to show. And this is why we check things out before we do them. So see, you can hardly even see that M on there. But I think a bright white might work nicely. So we've got this colour casement. And I'll keep that pink just because we might go over that. Keep it in a wet cloth. Another colour, here we go. Should I go with the small or the larger brush? Now this is it's going to go over this pink here, so we'll just see this pink tinge probably. So I'm offloading here onto the brush. Make sure you sort of work that into the bristles. Yeah, the M, it's not too bad, but it's just, whoop. Kind of blended the two together. This is why we're working on this cardboard first, but it definitely is a different feel when you're using cardstock to when you're working on a painted or finished surface. Raw wood can soak a little bit of the paint colour in, but not as much as cardboard kind of soaks things in. Okay, so we've got our M. See, that stands out a lot clearer. Someone else is excited about the patriotic ones coming out very soon this week. Tomorrow night, they'll be available on the app. Don't forget to use my code, iRestoreStuff. Get your 10% off anything in those summer bundles that are coming. Okay, so now I'm just lining this up with this edge, and then we'll put the heart letter in the middle. The other thing I'd love to remind you about is the Stencil of the Month Club, because I designed the May, did a collaboration with Essential Stencil, and we designed a music-themed Stencil of the Month collection for May. So if you haven't had a look at that yet, it's just at stencilofthemonthclub.com, and you can sign up for 50% off your first month using my code iRestoreStuff. Lots of fun things. And the music stencil set, it includes what some people are really excited about, is that there's book pages that you can then use for so many other projects. It's got music notes, we have musical instruments, there's a couple of music sayings. So that should be a lot of fun. All right, so then we can just pop our heart right there in the center. So if you've just joined, we're just kind of showing you how you can do layouts on a practice piece of cardboard, and literally this is the packaging that my Essential Stencils came in from the mailman. Okay, now we're going to do that heart, and I may need to put tape on both sides, making sure I've got it centered to the M's. Oh, it's a bit tricky to tell. And we've got to put one tape down on one side here, and I'll put a tape down on the side, the other side here, so we don't get paint on there. I just work my tape, make it not so fuzzy edged, and then we've got the heart in the middle. We could add some pink to that heart, you know, if we wanted to, but you can change up your colors, do whatever colors you like. Just make something that is going to be contrasting to the color that you have painted your board, or if you've just got plain wood, just make sure your colors are going to really stand out on that wood, because that's the point of signage, is so that we can read the wording. Okay, so there's Mum, heart of the home. We're going to add something from the, because you know sometimes they say the kitchen is the heart of the home. You can add some kitchen themed things. Not all mums love being in the kitchen, but hey, if you've got a mum who loves baking, cooking, making all the beautiful meals, how many great foodie mums do we have out there? Anyway, I'm going to use from the Stir It, Roll It, Whip It little mini set. This is a 3-pack of the 6x6 minis. I'm going to use the rolling pin. Just pop that down in the center here as a little spacer in between our mum and heart of the home. Now, because it's on an angle, I'm trying to see if my line is straight. You could get real fussy about that too, but hey, let's just eyeball it. That looks around about the center. I could just eyeball it with those M. Okay, now I notice strategically put my tape right here because those rolling pins kind of fit close to those edges. So we could do a great combination there of the white or the green or the pink, really. But any color you like for that. And we've offloaded the brush so that we don't get fuzzy edges. But when we're working, you can either do that swirling motion that I showed you, or you can just work along the rolling pin, but just try not to get the brush, you know, you don't want it running under the edges. Okay, and there we have got a cute mum, heart of the home sign that you could then translate that idea onto your signboard. Or we could just hang that with a couple of pieces of string, punch some holes in it. It's nice strong cardstock. So, you know, imagine mum waking up to that and you can tack it to her door, or have someone with a wobbling signboard, you know, carrying it in when you bring her her meal. You know those signboard, I don't even know what you call it. There's people who wobble the signboards out to just make you buy pizza down the street or whatever. So there's an idea for you. You can use it like that, or translate that idea onto a sign. That's a good way of practicing how to lay out your signs before you actually do them. So let's have a look at some gift bags for mum using our Mother's Day. Let's pop that beside me here. Mother's Day set. So we've done this one. That was the Heart of the Home that had Heart of the Home and Made with Love in that set. And those, yeah, sandwich boards. Thank you. That makes sense. Sandwich boards, that's the one. All right, so I've got a couple of gift bags here that we can use for our Mother's Day signs, Mother's Day or mother-related things, signs. And they have their Father's Day ones as well. So it has in it this one, which will fit nicely, I think, on here. I'm liking that on there. And now these aren't going to fit quite there, are they? So my flowers aren't going to fit on the side. But do you think that'll stop me? No. So we will try that, and I might pop this one. That one, it sort of fits on there, but we may have to just, you can, move those florals around to change that up. So let's see how we can do this. Let's see how we can make it. Rhonda said maybe a tray would look cute. Yes, I like that idea. I like the idea of a tray. Okay, so this one has got the lovely acrostic. Now you could just leave off the flowers altogether and just have that acrostic showing on your Mother's Day gift bag. Or now we've got these little bumpy bits on here too, so we just have to work with that. Or you could put it to the side here and not worry about the flowers going off the side. That isn't so bad. It doesn't really matter. The other thing you could do is keep your words to the side and just adjust, because we do still have a little bit of space here that those flowers could go in. So what I might do is I might add the flowers first, putting them in place on the gift bag. So this is how you can work with your stencil signs. If your board is slightly narrower, you can still kind of work things around. And we're going to use this as a bit of a background, and then if our words go over the top, that's better than them having them underneath. So what we might do is use some, let's do some more colour. What colours have I already got here? What did I have? That's the dark green. We could do that for stems, but I might just pop it all in the same colour. Let's do a bright yellow, and then we'll maybe can do pink for the word mother. Rhonda, great. A lot of you are doing some lovely market stalls and things with all of your fun signs, so that is so great. Yes, thanks Melissa. Yeah, good idea to practice, right? Before you go for real. I had another brush here. There it is. So I'm going to use this bright yellow. Well, it's not really bright yellow. It's just a golden sand is what it's called. It's from our Australian mineral paint range, Artisan, that I stock here in Australia. But you can use a sunny yellow. You can use whatever colour you like to do your flowers. Sometimes I like to just keep dipping my brush and working it up those bristles there. Oops. Every now and then you might get a loose bristle. Oh no, it's fine. Now I'm just going to hold this one down instead of, hold that down more. Hold this one down instead of taping, because you could tape it off there, but we just might move it. Okay, see how I'm going along the stems? I like how these flowers are sort of they're not a filling in kind of flower. They're one that will just show you the outline of the flower, and then you could absolutely just go and colour that in different colours. It almost gives you could do like a black outline and then colour in the actual flowers. But I don't mind this sort of outlined look. It's something that I have seen in graphics actually, a nice trend of just those hand-drawn flowers, like little sketches of flowers. They're quite pretty. So we've moved the flowers along to on the bag, and I've got just enough brush on my brush that it shouldn't, yep, no, it hasn't done fuzzy edges, so that's good. So you can see the flowers along there. It's quite light and subtle, but we're going to be putting our words on top over here on the side, sort of slightly off-centered. Whoop. It's got some little chunks on there. So we're going to be putting our words, and that will dry fairly quickly. While that's drying, let's start with our, do our other one over here. Now this is on a brown bag. So again, you could even just do a nice coloured background to paint on, but hey, look at this bright colour. So here you go. Those of you who know me know I'm into just like the farmhousey look with all the black and white. Am I doing some colour today or what? I'm going to use this bright azure, it's called. Azure is the colour. Oh, I need another brush to use one of my other stencil brushes for now. Yes, don't forget, use my code for any of the stencils that you see here that we're using. Anything on the site, the brushes, they've got some cute wooden tags, all of those things. Let's see. I'm just going to use this for now. Now, my leaves go outside around this, so I'm going to leave the leaves alone for now. See if I can get away with not touching the leaves. Well, I'll have to do this. This is what we do. We tape or use a bit of cardstock if you wanted to. If you're not going to use a part of the stencil, just tape it off so that you don't accidentally brush over it. Then we're going to pop this gorgeous bright colour. Let me see where I can offload this. Here we go. I've even got more stacked on here that I can go back to in a minute. Kathleen says it's your favourite colour. This blue green, I don't even know whether, I call it blue, it's azure. I hope that's how you say it, it's a little bit French. Now you can change up your colours on here. I'm just hoping that this stands out nicely. And sometimes these bright, vivid colours are really kind of strange on the eyes. You know, when you're trying to look at something and it looks all, whoa, my eyes. Anyway. Okay, holding my hand down on this. Because the bag is a little bit wobbly, well, it's got those lumps in it, you know, from the handles and so on and so forth, and the back of the bag. So you've just got to kind of hold your hand down on the stencil itself, make that all firm, a firm surface to work with. Teal, yeah, that's a good way to describe it, Maggie. Yes, perfect, teal colour. And it's so bright, isn't it? Making sure that's all filled in. So let me hear from you. Should I do the leaves in a different colour? What colour should I do them? I don't think the dark green will go well that I did before. I feel like it needs to be something else. Maybe either black or white, or maybe I could do them in a subtle yellow. I don't know. I've only got a couple of colours that I've brought out from my workshop here to my special dining room table studio. Or I could just do them the same colour. I think white might go nicely with it though, because it will stand out on the brown paper, right? Who's with me on that? Could do white leaves. This is going to be a fun gift bag. Then you can get all your gift bags ready for Mother's Day to present your gifts in. Okay, there we go. See how that kind of, does that mess with your eyes? It looks great on the camera, so that's all good. But it is quite bright. Yes, Debbie, I've stenciled on gift bags quite a bit actually. It's such a fun and easy idea because, you know, these are literally bags that might come from a store that I've bought stuff at, you know, and they'll just give you a brown gift bag to put the item in. And I'm like, I'm going to reuse that. I'm into recycling, if you haven't noticed. I love to upcycle, recycle, all kinds of things. Yeah, silver or grey would look good too. Yes, Kathy, I agree. Didn't happen to get any silver or grey out of my workshop, so we might just go with that white. So now I'm just moving all of those leaves, and we're going to have to just wait a little minute until that dries, so we'll go back to our other gift bag. How about that? So here's the one we've got on the side. I've got little piles holding up everywhere. Here's our one that we were starting earlier, remember? And I'm going to pop that in my wet cloth so that doesn't dry out. So here's the one we started on earlier. If you've just joined us, we are showing you how to make Mother's Day gift bags, recycle, reuse, upcycle. Absolutely, Tina. So if you can see that, we've done the little floral design up the side there. It's a nice subtle yellow. It probably looks a lot clearer in real life so that it does still stand out. Then I want to go with that pink. Where's my pink brush? I want to go with that pink for the words, because I think the pink should stand out a lot better on the white than I tried to do on the card stock earlier. And we'll put the word mother. So let me see, are there any areas? I don't think I need to tape this one off. It won't be so hard, so difficult. In Australia here at the moment, well, in Queensland where I live, we have had 3 long weekends in a row. So 3 public holidays in a row for 3 different weekends. We had the Easter weekend, then we had Anzac Day, which is our kind of like your Memorial Day that you have where we honour our veterans. And then this next weekend is Labor Day, so we have that. So everyone is just super excited about doing all their DIY projects for a lot of these long weekends. I mean, people are still going camping. This is our time of year where we kind of go camping because it's the end of summer, it's autumn, and we're moving into winter here in Australia. And so a lot of people choose the Easter weekend to go camping. All right. Oh, Kathleen has a friend in Australia. Awesome. Okay, we've got our pink on the brush. Now it's a kind of I would call it a musky pink. It's called pepperberry. I'm going to start from the bottom for me because I can hold my hand here and then move it up as I go. And we're going to see how that will go over the flowers, but it will be totally fine. So trying to make those letters nice and crisp. And of course you could do the center letters that make up the acrostic. You could do those in a different color also. Or once you've done this, add a slight shadowing effect to them and maybe pop a dark gray or a black or something on top of that. You could make that stand out. If you haven't seen any of how to do shadowing with your stencils, I've got lots of videos, lots. I just about do it every live, don't I, guys? If you need to see that, there's the shadowing technique in the playlist of the Essential Stencil video section right here on their Facebook page. You will see a category playlist that is all of the different ambassadors have different playlists, but also we've done one on seasonal things, also different techniques. So there's a shadowing playlist that shows you some fun ideas using that technique. Now I'm doing a bit of a combination of swirling and pouncing here, just kind of moving it along because these letters are all very straight up and down. It seems like it's that narrow font that you see on the Ray Dunn. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to stay tuned because we will have prizes given away at the end of our live here. And I did mention earlier, but just in case you're just joining us now, we have the Essential Stencil team have a summer collection that's going to be available. I believe it's tomorrow. It'll be available on the app for pre-order. There is a sneak peek somewhere around there. I can't remember where they've, probably on the Essential Stencil page here. They've popped a sneak peek so that you can have a look, but it's lots of gorgeous coastal theme and patriotic theme in some bundles that will be available. Well, this is tricky. I have to kind of hold it here. We've got the handles, kind of those bumps that are a bit tricky. So I'm just kind of doing a bit of a pounce and a bit of a smush and a bit of a swirl, all combined into one. I believe those are technical stencil terms. Yeah, this is cute, some cute pastel colours here that we're using today. Oh, can I squeeze it all out without having to dip my brush again? Let me see. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit more smushing. Like I said, they're just really cheap gift bags. So, you know, if you ruin it, it's not a big loss. Or, like we did before, practice on the cardboard. But here we go. Slight fuzzy edges down here I can see, but hey, Mum is not going to notice. It's going to be okay. So look how we can do that. So the flowers, we just brought those in. They can be a bit of a background, and the acrostic goes nicely right there. Now, just to finish off today, before we choose our prize winners, we are going to finish off this bag. Oh, that is so bright on my eyes, guys, I'm telling you now. Ah, my eyes are going crazy. While I've got the pink brush, no, I think I will do some white. Where is the white? Surely I had some white here. There we go. Here's our white brush. I think it had some pink tinge in it because I did it on something pink. So what we'll do is pull these leaves over here, and they will go just nicely here, and it won't even matter if it's just slightly on the words, but we're going to just try and make it around about the same area, but just in slightly. And then we're going to ignore this bit over here. So let me get my paint organized, put my white brush on. If you do have any questions about the projects that we're doing tonight, please pop the questions in to the comments. I love to answer your questions. After I'm finished the live, I usually go back and have a look to see if you've asked any questions, and I'm happy to answer those there. Yeah, you could do these, like someone mentioned before, you could do these ideas on a serving tray for breakfast for Mum. You could make a placemat for her serving tray, so then it's, you know, it's not permanent. You could just use the cardstock to create a bit of a placemat. Oops, I think I've got some fuzzy edges there, guys. Trying to rush my project. That's not going to be nice. Okay, so gently pouncing and swirling. Again, these are the Essential Stencil brushes available on the website. Anything on the website, you can get 10% off using my code IRestoreStuff. So don't forget to use a code. Oh, yep, we've got some fuzzy edges, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind. Okay, now we're going to try and get that so that they match up this way, vertically. And I think I probably will just see how much, oh, hang on. Need to move that slightly out a bit because it's touching the letters, which wouldn't really matter, but we just want to get it close but not touching, just so that it matches the other side. Okay, so now I can swirl a bit more because I've got way less on my brush. It's a lumpy bit there where that bag, the back of the bag folds under. You know, you've got sort of these lumps and bumps to deal with when you're working with gift bags. You could also just create your design on a piece of paper that you could stick to the front of a gift bag. That's an idea also. Offloading. And we're almost done. But don't go anywhere because we have some prizes to give away at the end of our live. Hope you've learned something today. Have you ever done shadowing on furniture? Someone just asked. Yes, I think I have. Well, let me see. Yes, I probably have. I did a gentleman's wardrobe, which is really old antique, kind of one of those little tiny wardrobes that just has enough for like hanging pants or something, or shirts, and had a few drawers in it. But the cupboard, the front doors were just plain and wood, and I put a big coffee stencil on the front, and I'm pretty sure I shadowed that. I've also made a console table into like a coffee bar, and I had the big words, you know, coffee, the front of that, and used a shadow on that too. Love using a shadowing technique. It's a lot of fun. So you could do that literally on that, you know, those letters for mother if you wanted to, but see how that sort of still makes it fit the bag. So we've just brought the leaves in a bit. You just come in each side, bring them a little closer. You could even, you know, transport them around wherever you like, really. So we've done a few little gift baggy things today. Let me just pop the camera up so I can see you again. There we go. And show you what we've worked on today. So the prize winners will be chosen by Essential Stencil in just a minute. But in the meantime, I wanted to just show you and remind you, if you've just joined us, you can go back and watch the replay. I just showed you how this is just a cardboard that came from some packaging that our Essential Stencils came in, so it's perfect size for stencils. It's about the 8 by 10 size, I think. Now, this was from the Heart of the Home, what's the stencil set called? Made with Love stencil set. The links for are in the description of the live. We used the little rolling pin, and then we used, to make Mum, we made the M and the O from here. And I love how, I don't know if you caught this earlier, but I'm Australian and we say mum, we don't say mom. So I love how it looks a little bit like a U, and it can also look like an O. So I think that's a win-win for me. And so there can be a sandwich board kind of thing for Mum for Mother's Day, or you can just use it as, this is a practice way of laying out your stencils and making them all work together. Here is a first gift bag we made, which was using the Mother's Day set that is still available on the site. It's a Mother 2-pack. And then we have the To the World You Are a Mother, but to our family you are the world. 2 great gift bag, last minute gift bag ideas for Mum if you've just got some plain gift bags. Now you can do them on any colour, but can you imagine the different fun colours that you could have on those? I am now looking for some prize winners coming up in our comments there. So thank you so much, everybody. Stay watching. Hang on a second. Let me see if we've got our live winners. They usually pin them to the top, but let me know. If you see the winners, please type in congratulations so that you can let me know. Christine says, how did I miss the first project? It might have been delayed, yeah. I'm on at the same time every week though, 7 p.m. CST. You can pop it in your calendar and remind yourself, because sometimes Facebook does delay those notifications and it's sometimes nothing that anyone can really do about it. So yeah, if you really don't want to miss the beginnings of the lives, just make sure you note when they send you out an email, when Essential Stencil sends that email of what lives are on this week, just make a note of those times in your calendar and that'll help to remember. Thank you so much, everybody.